Alright, what's up guys, we're back with another video. Today we'll be going over the past 4 days of trades that we took. So Friday till yesterday, which was Tuesday. So let's get right into this trade recap. So this was Friday's trade. I believe we took this at PM, so New York session PM, which is something that we don't really do. We were trying something out with the strategy. But later on, we decided we're just going to trade Asia session NQ for the meantime that gold is down on Apex. So, yeah, let's get right into this trade. So this, yeah, this fair value gap up here. I believe we had to tap into this 1 hour fair value gap, this bullish fair value gap. We're looking very bullish. We had just inversed this 1 hour fair value gap. So overall, bias was bullish. So go here, and as you can see, we got push up. I believe the highest time frame was this 1 minute. No, this is 3 minute. Yeah, this 3 minute. This is the highest time frame we had, as well as inversion. So we took the entry right here, put our stops below, and you see right here. So after this guy inversed, we waited a little bit. I don't think we entered right on the inverse. We entered like around here, and we danced around, and we went lower, stopped out right here. And even then, this could have been the other play you could have taken right here after scooping out these lows. And really the only thing I could see was that we still left, I think we had just barely tapped into that fair value gap. But yeah, this is, I wanted to see a little bit better price action, so this would have been a lot better of a trade to take rather than this one. And we were already at these highs right here, so I was looking to take out all this low resistance liquidity that we had generated up here, but we didn't. So that was a 3K loss across 6 accounts. And go over next day's trade. Which is a Asia trade, so yeah, it was an Asia trade, which ended up in another 3K loss. So with this, we were still looking very bullish, right? Even though we had broken structure here, higher time frame was looking still really bullish. So we had to tap into this 50-minute, this big old 50-minute fair value gap, and this new week opening gap. So of course we wanted to see a retracement back up to these highs, but price had other plans. Let's see. All right, yeah. You still around here, we accumulate. Okay, this right here. I seen this accumulation. This was our manipulation leg in the form of my bias. So we took the inverse of this candle and put our stops right there. Let's see. Yeah, so it just stops right. The only thing I could see with this was just that we barely tapped into the fair value gap that we had there. We barely swept out those lows, but ideally that's what we wanted to see. But either ways, I mean, it's a fill of this fair value gap. Once we were in there, price is most likely going to go to those lows, right? But see if anything ends up playing out here. Yeah, it doesn't look like much. Alright. Looks like we stayed in this range this whole time, so I don't think it was necessarily a bad trade. We're probably still taking it, but should just de-risk from it. So I'm not mad at that trade. Alright. This is the third trade for Monday, so the other trade we just went was Sunday's trade. So again, I think this was another day I was like, I probably shouldn't take any trade. But I believe so buyers are still bullish. We tapped into this 15-minute, which was previously untapped. So as we get a tap there, now initially the move we were supposed to catch was this, but you know we were kind of a little bit too patient for this, right? We saw that we were still in this fair value gap, so we wanted to see that one, you know, get inverse, but really this was the move. Maybe let's see the 2-minute. There's a 5-minute. Yeah, so there was also a 5-minute right there, but you see that could have been the move that you take, but we did not take this. In hindsight, we probably wouldn't have taken it anyways, just because, you know, we had just tapped that fair value gap as well. So let's see. That's what we end up taking. I think we probably put like a limit order here, and just immediately got. Okay, yeah, I think we entered in again. Oh no, yeah, we entered in again on the inverse. Bounced off this 5-minute. So I believe this move was out of FOMO off of missing this move. So we saw it retrace into a 5-minute and the inverse of a 1-minute. Place it down here below. I believe we chop around. And we can stop that right there. And you can see price just continues to go lower. So overall, this was probably not a trade that I should have taken, just because this is more a FOMO trade, an emotional trade, instead of an actual analysis. I mean, even though there was an inverse, tap into a higher time frame, liquidity sweep, but this move had already delivered. So off of missing that move, we should just kept it at that. But yeah, a $12.50 loss across 6 accounts. I believe we might have got like different entries on different accounts. But yeah. Next day, which was today's trades, 2 break-even trades. So bias for me on this one was we were short. We were coming up to this 15-minute, but I sweep out these highs inside of that 15-minute for a value gap, which is also a 30-minute and a 1 hour. No, just a 30-minute. So 30-minute was the highest time frame for a value gap that we tapped into. So we tap into that, we sweep out those highs, and then we get an inverse right here. I believe probably into see, was it a 2-minute? No, I think we just got a terrible fill. So after we inverse this, we entered on this candle. We put our break even right here into this 5-minute for value gap, but think on some of the accounts, since we got different entries on some of them, we got fully stopped at our break even. And then on some of the Apex, it like took out 4 orders or 4 contracts. Um, and then so we just exited our position over here. Because I think we did end up delivering. But I still wanted to look more trades because we were still just bouncing around here, so I still wanted to look for potentially something else. So with this, we get a resweep of that, which is still good in my eyes. So we get inverse. So we enter in on this inverse. And then we go break even right here. And see, we get break even. But I like this reaction that we had from here. We had this fair value gap here. I like the reaction, so we re-entered. 2 minutes later, we re-entered. And this is where price ended up delivering. To our price. For a profit of 2,308 across the 6 accounts. So we do have another past account. And we are in quite some drawdown. Let's see. So this is our P&L. I know it looks pretty bad. On some of them we did lose. I think probably this one we lost. And then we got some limited orders that got hit, so it was a whole mess. So that's why these are only up $44. We're up 145 on these. Then on the trade read accounts, looks like P&L. So 1,700 on the Apex accounts. And then with a full port of NFP this morning, we passed one of the funded accounts, the Evals, which was, we'll also show you guys that. So this was trade. So does that show up? Okay, yeah, here it is. So yeah, we entered in right here. We just put 60 ticks above. Limit order 60 ticks below, and then just enough to pass it. I believe we made 3.5K on that trade. Semi full port, but we wanted to get that one passed already, just to get that one out the way and get it generating closer to payout. But yep, I will be back with the next day we take a trade, hopefully tomorrow. I didn't mean to stall on this, but I like coming back to post a video on a win instead of having to post on a loss. I do reflect these losses. And yeah, so I do appreciate you guys for watching as well. And we'll be back with the next day with the next trade that we took.